Hello students. Today we will learn about evaluating expressions following the order of operations. And this will help you to do your problems for RCA 102. There is a very famous phrase in math that perhaps you've heard before. It's please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. The first letter of each word in that phrase represents an operation. P stands for parentheses, E for exponents, M for multiplication, D for division, A for addition, and S for subtraction. Whenever we have a mathematical expression that we want to evaluate, we have to follow this order, going from left to right. In other words, whatever is inside the parentheses will have to be performed first, and then exponents, after that multiplication, then division, and finally addition and subtraction. Let's look at an example. Let's say that we have 6 plus 3 times 4 to the second power minus 2 times 5. So we have several operations, but where do we start? We have addition, parentheses, exponents, subtraction, and multiplication. If we refer to the PEMDAS chart, it says that we should start with parentheses first. So we go to the parentheses and we look at the operations that are inside the parentheses. Those are the ones that we have to do first. But we still have several. We have exponents, subtraction, and multiplication. Between exponents, subtraction, and multiplication, the first one we should perform is exponents. Therefore, I should operate 4 to the second power first. Now, 4 to the second power doesn't mean 4 times 2, which is what many students mistakenly think. 4 to the second power means 4 times 4, which happens to be 16. So that's our first operation. We perform 4 times 4, which is 16. We write it down. I put it here in red. And I brought everything else down. What do I operate next? We still have parentheses, and we have a couple of operations inside parentheses. We have subtraction and multiplication. According to the PEMDAS, between subtraction and multiplication, the first operation we should perform is multiplication. So that means instead of doing 16 take away 2, we will perform 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. And we bring everything else down. Let's bring down the 6, the plus, the 3, the times, the 16, and the takeaway. We still have parentheses, so we have to perform whatever operation is inside parentheses. And we only have one operation, which is subtraction. 16 minus 10 is 6. So we perform that operation, put 6, and we bring everything else down. We have come down to only 2 operations left. We have addition and multiplication of 3 times 6. What should we do first? Should we add 6 plus 3? Or should we operate 3 times 6? The chart for the PEMDAS says that between addition and multiplication, we should do multiplication first. Remember, we go from left to right. So multiplication is first, and then we will do addition. So moving on, we multiply 3 times 6, and that's 18. We bring down the rest of the numbers and operations. That's 6 plus. And we've come down to just one last operation, 6 plus 18. And that happens to be 24. That is the answer. And that is how you evaluate expressions following the order of operations.